What's up, y'all? Welcome to my reaction channel, King Junior TV. Today we are going to be reacting to Omizi. I think his name, how I pronounce his name, Omizi. We're reacting to his video. We finally know why everyone's leaving Faze. Now, as someone who is a huge fan of Faze, or at least was a huge fan of Faze back in like 2019, 2020, 2021, the whole Modern Warfare era of Call of Duty, just enjoying what they were putting out. And I even went back and watched a bunch of their Meet the Faze members videos like long time ago, and I fell in love with the group. I enjoyed the content they were making, because even though they were really good and topping every leaderboard and every game they had a team in, they were some of, if not the best players in the world at the time. And now the current state it's in, it's like Faze has fully disappeared. And every time they come back to me, every time they come back and hear something about them, it's something negative. So we're gonna tune into this video. I watched a little bit of it like a few minutes ago. I was cleaning my room, but I wanted to like make my first reaction video like a gaming video, because I am a gamer at the end of the day. I do game. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this.
My own brother, bro. You're my brother. I'm snitching. I'm sorry. Like, that's just wrong. And brother, everything I say on my mother's heartbeat, everything I'm saying is, and I just genuinely hope he can confess to it. This dude looks me in my eyes and says, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I had a threesome with 2 16-year-olds. I'm like, bro, what? Like, how could you tell me that?
We're all face, and I ended up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
And I don't know what.
I had no clue that it was Tommy. I didn't know he'd be stacked like this either. I had no clue it was Tommy. And I watched on his channel one time. He has a wife and kid. That's pretty heavy. That's honestly very serious. He has a wife and child. Like, he's full on a dad with like a son and that. So to even get drunk with there being girls around and like cheating at all when you're a married man with a kid is already wrong in its own sense. But I'm not gonna lie, I do but don't blame him, because girls who are underage are always in a place they're not supposed to be. Like, why are you even here? You're not supposed to be here drinking, most likely drinking, smoking with a bunch of 30, 20-year-olds. Like 20 to 30-year-olds, the 40-year-old dudes. Like, everyone who's a part of OG Faze now is in their 30s. And you're sleeping with them. These are dudes old enough to be half of your dads. Like, most people who watch Faze now, the OG Faze boys, even some of the current Faze boys, are old enough to be your father. Think about that. Before you even try to sleep with them, they're old enough to parent you. They're old enough to raise you.
What to do or what to say at this point, but all I can say is, I mean, if it hasn't been said enough already on this call, stay away from underage girls, boys and girls. We have a lot of young men watching the stream right now. It's clearly and obviously not worth it. We're talking about a company and a brotherhood that was built over the course of how long, Rain? 15 years more or less, right? And it's clearly coming to an end, you know?
If you thought Faze was coming apart as it seems before, then man, oh man, this takes the cake. Yesterday, a member of the original Faze group, Faze Rain, came to social media with some shocking news that a lot of people weren't expecting. It was totally out of the blue, out of the random. But at this specific time, in the state that Faze is in right now, where Banks is off the internet, Max just left for some very cryptic reasons. To be quite honest with you, this is the last thing that they needed. But the world needed to hear the fact that one of the members in the Faze Clan was having sexual relations with somebody who was a child, underage.
I want to put everything to do with me and Faze to rest, bro, because there is so much I haven't said. And honestly, at this point, bro, I don't give a I think I'm going to collect my thoughts tomorrow, and I'm going to say everything, bro. And I'm going to collect my thoughts, because I have an eidetic memory, so I remember everything and then anything. Not only did you guys air me out, y'all mother sold me out, y'all scammed me behind my back, and honestly, I just had an epiphany about it, because I'm like, bro, I've not even covered about it. I was just so sad about it for so long. I've been up over that pedo like 2 years, bro. And I haven't said nothing about it.
Now, for those of you who are probably looking at the screen, questionable, that is Faze Rain. Somebody...
So this wasn't like something that happened a week ago. It looked like it had to have been a week ago. If this was 2 years ago that he
Faze. This isn't about, you know, Silky. This isn't about Ron. This isn't about Max, Rage, Lacey. This isn't about.
And the next thing I want to say about the current state Faze is in, any one of these guys standing here, minus these two, and maybe even Swag, all of these guys right here could leave Faze right now and not a single thing would change. I don't know Lacey as Faze Lacey. I don't know Silky as Faze Silky. I don't know Rage as Faze Rage. I don't know Jason as Faze Jason. And like, I don't know Max and Ron or Kason as a member of Faze. They're just Lacey, Silky, like Rage, Jason, Max, Ron, and Kason. I don't even think of them as Faze. And it's not because, oh, I don't watch their content, or oh, they don't even see how they represent Faze. Most people who are in Faze, right? From what I knew back in the day, you join Faze, and most of the time I'd see you like, you get an introductory video, number one, and two, like, they all got one, but like, most people would introduce themselves as Faze this, and what they did would be mostly with Faze. Like, you see a bunch of the OG guys, a bunch of people bringing you in, and you'll be recognized as a part of it. Maybe that's just old soul of me. Maybe that's just old soul of me, like old hip hop of me. Like, if you were brought into a group, usually you'd be represented with that group's OGs until you went off by yourself, and now you're representing as an OG, as like a new OG to the next generation, to the next group of youngins. All of these dudes only stream with each other, and sometimes the OGs will come in as like a big brother giving a quick talk and then dipping out again. But they can represent themselves just how they were before and still be doing just fine. They all racked up thousands of followers on Twitch by themselves and then joined Faze to still be doing the exact same thing they were doing beforehand. Nothing changed. So they could go right back to what they were doing and be just fine. Actually, they could leave, move in together with a whole production company separate from Faze, and still everything will work just fine. That's another sign that I knew Faze wasn't what Faze was supposed to be. That was another way I knew.
Jason, this isn't about any of those new guys, but it's about the old Faze, the entire organization, and seemingly some secrets behind dealing with some children. Now, there were a lot of other things mentioned, because that old Faze generation, I've been noticing there's been a little bit of bitterness in the water, and some of them have spoken out since, but this is now just Faze Rain's turn to kind of give his take and his opinion on this brotherhood that was established between these guys and what has happened since, you know, him distancing himself, since the changes, etc., etc. And honestly, it doesn't look the best. A video back in 2022 started some of his earlier grievances with the company and the brand itself.
This is a decade-long problem, man, with a lot of legal shit around it. So now it's turned into multiple problems. It's not just the initial problem I had in the beginning. It's a lot deeper than that. And yes, I'm going to say this now because they're probably going to try to say, well, he's only doing this because we owe him money and he's mad. They do owe me money, yes, and they haven't taken care of me, yes. And the money that I bought the Counter-Strike team for, it took them 6 years to pay me back, yes. I never got $1 or a brand deal, yes. That's all true. They're going to say that, and that is a frustration of mine, but I obviously held that in for years. I held that frustration in for years, and it was never the reason that I was going to do this or speak.
I'm gonna break that down a little bit. So Rain bought a CS team for Faze, and it took them 6 years to turn a profit and pay him back for that, and also take care of him and reimburse him for that. Who, I don't even remember what he said. How much did he say? How much?
Brand deal, yes. That's all true. They're going to say that. Well, he's only doing this because we owe him money and he's mad. They do owe me money, yes, and they haven't taken care of me, yes. And the money that I bought the Counter-Strike team for, it took them 6 years to pay me back, yes. I never got $1 or a brand deal, yes. That's all true. They're going to say that.
Okay, so he didn't say how much, but they never paid him back. He never got $1 or a brand deal. He never got any of that. But, okay, never get any of that. But that's not what it's okay. So he bought Faze a CS team. Not like Faze bought a CS team and he was just running it. He bought the team and let someone else run it.
And that is a frustration of mine, but I obviously held that in for years. I held that frustration in for years, and it was never the reason that I was going to do this or speak publicly, because if they just owed me money, I would have handled it a different way. This is a lot deeper than that, and a lot of my brothers don't see the actual issue here. They are being taken advantage of.
But there's two things I took away from that in the research of this video is that one, this group things, there was a big brand buyout from Faze. There was a lot of stuff going on legally. So I can understand how, you know, there might be some frustrations there. That stuff has already been squashed for the most part. You know, I know that there's still some people who are jaded about the situation, but nonetheless, that's not my business. But two, and most importantly, which leads us to this conversation today, is that he's still holding some stuff in. There's still some things that he's not 100% willing to be.
He's been holding stuff in for about, I want to say, I can't say about like 10 years. I haven't even been watching Faze for that long, because my 19th birthday was just 3 days ago. But you can tell in the way he's been talking recently, like over the past 5 years, he's been holding some stuff in for at least a decade. And he even goes out and talks about this stuff. So he's not even like he's just holding it in and not saying anything. He's been like hinting at it for over a decade. That's insane to me. Let's get back into the show.
Which leads us to these pedo allegations.
I wasn't even pushed out. I left. There's a fucking involved too, bro. I don't give a fuck if I get sued. I could give a fuck less. I always stand up for what's right. That was the final straw, bro.
Phew, if it's in your heart, brother, speak it. It's gonna come out eventually. Now, the only issue that I do have with what he said is not by saying the initial name in the beginning. There's a specific reason why, and I'll get to that in a minute. But if there is somebody who is out there touching and messing with kids, let the world know, so we can shun them, so we can have the proper opinion on them, so we can understand who we're dealing with in real time. The reason why I did not like the fact that he kind of left it up to open air interpretation, it was because, one, there are a lot of members in Faze. My first thought was, who could this be? I went down the timeline, somebody threw out the name like Bronny James, and I was like, what? But then I had to realize Bronny was also a kid, so it definitely couldn't have been Bronny. But nonetheless, I also knew that a lot of people would be very, very mean in this conversation. There's two people in particular that I knew would probably get the brunt of this, and that is Max, because he just left, and then also Banks, because he is somebody who the internet feels very much up in the air about, especially after leaving the internet after seemingly scamming Aiden Ross and some other people out of some cryptocurrency. I knew that they would get unfair treatment in this conversation, so I am glad that Banks came out and actually cleared this up, because this is a serious allegation. Even if people feel like I should feel some sort of way about Banks, even if you feel some sort of way about Banks, yeah, he might have scammed some people. He does not need pedo allegations. That's crazy.
First thing I'm gonna say.
Why would he scam anyone? Even if he did, okay. As someone who owns, as I know Banks looks like a very evil dude. I've never met him personally, but I could tell he's one of the nicest guys you could walk up to and talk to. Catch him on a genuine day. He's one of the nicest people you could just have a cool conversation with. Like, just period, point blank. Again, look at him. That's him. I get he looks like if Shaggy and Scooby-Doo went down the wrong path and chose not to join the mystery gang. But he is one of the founders of Faze. Think about that. Majority of the money that went into Faze's pockets had to go through him at some point. He doesn't really need to scam anyone. And all of the money still going through Faze touches his pocket. So I don't really believe that, number one. And number two, this dude he's perceptive. Whether he's high or not, he pays attention. So if someone definitely looks too young, he's not going near him. You can just the few clips I've seen of him, maybe I just didn't see the right things, which is probably going to be another topic we're probably going to get to when I make my Charlie Kirk video coming tomorrow, if not in the next 30 minutes. Maybe I just didn't see the same things everyone else did. Maybe that's just me. I just didn't see the same thing. But I highly doubt this man right here would even become close to being a pedophile. Who would? I have no idea. I don't know. But let's keep watching and find out.
In this video, I'm not Rain is not talking about me. There, I got it out. But yeah, I'm getting fucking spammed in my mentions right now on Twitter, asking if I'm being accused that I'm being tagged in this clip from Faze Rain on.
Oh, also, it's probably because he's the oldest too. I think out of everyone in Faze, he is the oldest. That's probably why too. He's the most out in parties. I think he's the only one who's not married or in a relationship. Yeah, I would see how that would also line up to him as well. I mean, yeah, I'd see how that. Yeah, I'd see how that line up to him. Like Tommy's married with a kid. Adapt also has a kid. Loves his nieces and nephews very much. Fucking. Rug is always working. He is always making videos. We rarely see him party, and he loves just being around family. Adapt always streaming with the new Faze guys. He's on his second generational run right now. And yeah, the rest of the Faze members are out working, doing other things. He's the only other reasonable suspect.
Fear Buck.
Yeah.
The first thing that needs to be addressed is obviously this shit. It's a very heavy accusation. It's a life-shattering, life-altering accusation. That's why this is the first time that I'm speaking about it. I have to speak about it now. Norden, pause. You're saying that Faze temper is a, which that is who he's talking about in the clip. I'm like, whoa, that's Tommy. That's our brother. This is who we started this Faze shit with. I'm calling him. That was the first thing I said. I'm calling him and I'm calling Apex because apparently this is something Apex is aware of as well. Norden and Tommy, or Norden and Apex are the closest on the team. So obviously, if Norden's going to talk to anybody about anything and be transparent, it's Apex. Tommy's first initial knee-jerk reaction to all this shit was, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Norden, no, this is not what the conversation was like. You're misremembering. You're misinterpreting. Obviously, Rain is coming back, standing firm.
Banks goes on to pretty much say that after Rain tells him that Temper is this pedo, he then patches in Apex and Temper into the phone call, in which Temper refuses to acknowledge these accusations, says that, hey, you're misremembering these things, Rain, etc., and they go back and forth. But hearing from Rain, the person who's calling out this pedo in the situation, it seems that he has a pretty vivid memory as to what happened.
Tommy said this verbatim. He said it wasn't a threesome with two 16-year-olds. Actually, it was a 17-year-old, so all of a sudden now it's 17. One was 17 and the other one watched. That's what he said. And then he started bringing up all these random laws. I don't even know, these weird consent laws, like Romeo and Juliet this, yada, I don't fucking know. And even Banks calls me after and he's like, bro, what the fuck is like up with that law shit that he brought up? So he knows he did some shit that was wrong. He knows that. It's just, I don't like the denying of it. And I feel like in this video, you're trying to paint me like I'm lying and making shit up and just saying shit to say shit when you know that's not the truth, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. I heard that. That's some weird stuff. But a lot of the Faze group is weird. People were digging up Temper's tweets from 2012. Mind you, he was born in 93. That kind of validates some of these claims in the court of public opinion. I don't know. It's extremely, extremely nasty.
Odd, but I gotta be honest with you. I think it's just like this happened. This like. Dude, because I don't know the specifics of any.
Kid, you like hanging out with 16-year-old girls? Stop acting like a hard ass. You're a fucking pedo. Fucking pedophile. Mind your own business. What if I like being a pedo? Again, I do want to say, number one, this was a different time. Number two, that aged like milk. To my parents, right? I might swear on this channel. Hold on, full screen. Because I'm sure they might watch this video, watch my videos. Yes, I'm more than likely going to swear on this channel. It's an adult channel. It's an adult channel. I'll probably put that in the beginning. I'm more than likely to swear on this channel because it's an adult channel. It's going to have nothing but open transparency and adult conversation. That's all I want. I just want adult conversation in this channel. So if I swear, I swear. It's going to be my gaming channel is going to be kid friendly. Other channels kid friendly. But this channel is my adult channel. That's where I come to literally sit down as an adult and talk to people. Let's get back to the video. I gotta put that in the beginning. I'll put that in the beginning. But yeah, this is a crazy tweet. This is for sure a crazy tweet. To say that, and then it age like 13 years later, it's being brought back. Now they have saying that and then not acting on it is one thing, but then saying that and acting on it later is, things age like milk. That age like milk.
Now, there are wild accusations being thrown around the internet. And the beautiful thing about the internet, and I say this oftentimes, is that most of the time, the other person exists on the internet. So we don't have to wait too long to hear Temper give his actual opinions on this or what he's saying. And of course, it's filled with deflections and denial. And not that I'm saying that I've picked a side. I just think that it's very interesting as to how he says a bunch of stuff. And that bunch of stuff has nothing to do with the situation. His first video specifically.
The fact that I'm even having to respond to this and that my name is in the same breath as the word is so sick, twisted, and insane. This is disgusting. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not that type of person. I am the furthest thing from what you called me.
We're all shit-faced, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
How could you go from denying to admitting all in the same breath? And look, the devil is in the details, because the way that Tommy or Temper or whatever his name is goes on to give 3 extra minutes of just story time about how he's a father, he proposed to his girl, etc., lets me know that he did do these things and he's not owning up to and admitting. But also there's some things that are important that he left out that don't line up with even Banks' story, like Banks and Rain's story, which I find to be very, very interesting.
I'm going to say about the Tommy situation because he made a video confirming it, but the details did get switched a little bit because originally it was 2 16-year-olds and it was a 17-year-old and one was watching, and now a 17-year-old and he didn't know her age. If you didn't know her age and you said that to us at least once, we wouldn't be here, bro. I would not have treated it the same way if you said you didn't know, because that changes everything. You never said that, not once. Literally not fucking once. This is news to me that you didn't know.
Another one bites the dust. Now, I want to be clear, this doesn't affect Faze as a whole, and I'm not making some sweeping indictment on them. How this does affect the bigger group and the name and stuff like that going forward is, you know, up to the internet's interpretation. But these are 2 dudes who have distanced themselves from the group, at least the new version of the group, publicly for a long time. I just think that it's so strange that we exist on the internet with all these people who have been touching and doing stuff to kids. Like, it's been a long time, which kudos to the fact that it's been a long time, because I remember we were going through a stretch of videos on this channel calling out Preds. You know.
Oh yeah, like back before long before I wanted to do reaction videos, I remember like I'd be watching Omizi like every 2-3 days, just cause another pedophile had appeared, and they're all making content, and that's why I don't like Kick. But another video for later.
I'm talking people like Dr. Disrespect and the others that were dealing with children that were public facing on the internet. Weird shit like that. But listening to Marcus King's reaction about this situation made me really think about who people should be aligning with, whether it be from a fan's perspective or from like creating content's perspective.
That's why I'm telling you, I'm never, bro, y'all niggas never see me in a group, because someone else being a weirdo in their own weird time could bring you the fuck down. Don't know what these niggas be doing in their free time, y'all. Fuck no, nigga.
YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, social media as a whole has been built off this concept of like idolization, envy, worship, all these other things like that for these figures at the top. People put them on a pedestal, but at the end of the day, not only are they not just human, but they're also some of the worst people in their free time. I can think of so many people over this past year or 2 years that I've covered on this channel talking about the weird stuff they've done in their free time. Whether it be Mr. Beast Chris Tyson, DJ Academics, Dr. Disrespect, Faze, Temper. There's just so many people that have been outed for doing a bunch of weird shit. And it's so sad because these people are aligned with people who are ultimately innocent, but those people's names will be dragged through the mud. Now, will the internet go on and pass? For sure. The North will remember though, and it just is a message to anybody and everybody who is still out there idolizing anybody, putting people on a pedestal and just not taking them for their entertainment value. 1, they're probably weird. You don't know them like that. Keep that parasocial shit in the playground. And then 2, and most importantly, watch who you align with. Just watch who you align with when doing your own public endeavors, because they're...
Yes, bro. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Don't idolize anybody. That's why another reason I was afraid to blow up, because I knew I was born to lead, and I did not want anyone who was following behind me, who I led anywhere, to idolize me. I'm a regular dude. I go out to the store. I shop at Walmart. Most of my clothes I wear are from the store. Like, they're not like they're like thrifted or from Walmart. I got one pair of J's, one pair of Forces, Adidas, and Reeboks, bro. I'll go everywhere in like busted up green Tommy Hilfiger slides. I'm a regular dude, and I'm still gonna be a regular dude when I have money coming in. That's not gonna change me. That's not gonna change, and that shouldn't change you either. We are regular people. We are regular people. We should not be people you wake up every day thinking about. The person you should wake up and think about is God. Pray. That's why I got this on. At the end of some of my videos, the message will forever be. Because somewhere in my videos, the message will forever be, seek God. Don't idolize me. Don't idolize your parents. Don't idolize your siblings. Don't idolize someone you see on a Twitch stream. Don't idolize an idol. I don't even like K-pop, J-pop, none of that. Because you know what they're called? They're called idols. Why would I idolize anyone on earth? Because you can sing and dance? Don't idolize somebody you can... If you can get in your car and drive to see them, they shouldn't be idolized. If you can buy a mode of transport to go find this person, you should not even be trying to imagine. Like, the most relationship you should try to imagine having with them is a friendly conversation. You shouldn't be trying to give this person your entire life just because they made a song or said something cool that you like. Live your life for God. Idolize Him. Make Him the reason you wake up. Thank Him for the reason you're awake today. Message I want to drive home today is 2 things. Stop having idols on earth, number 1. Number 2, if you can't tell somebody's age by looking at them, don't be afraid to ask. And if they're afraid to tell you, walk away. Just run. Even if your name gets dragged through the mud because at this party, stop going to them. Because if whoever's organizing it can't check everybody to make sure there's no kids in here, then they shouldn't be throwing the party and you shouldn't be there anymore. And number 3, if you are a father, think all your decisions through. The same with you can use his name, Chris Tyson. Dude was a dad, chose to go trans. And now Tommy here was a dad choosing not only to sleep with a minor, well, basically sleep with 2 minors. He chose to like destroy the relationship between his wife and his child. No child, after knowing their father decided to go and have a scandalous relationship with another woman, will ever look at their dad with respect again. You couldn't even respect your own wife. Who else is supposed to respect you? Your wife is your partner, your other half, the other side of your being, and you chose to split from that. You chose to split from that. So, with that being said, there will, like, the relationship between these fathers and their children will forever be destroyed. Man, it's tough. If you enjoyed this reaction, or actually no, tell me how you did on this tell me how I did on this reaction. This is my first time ever doing a reaction video, so I'm a little nervous. I'm trying to, like, this is a topic I couldn't really say much about because I don't really understand the situation like that. I came into this with no information. But if you did enjoy this video, or if you have anything else I should react to, or any more points I should say on this topic, if I should come back to this topic, let me know down in the comments, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Till next time, peace.